Hi folks, RAYDVD here on the Movie Reviewers 100 channel again. This week we've got another fantastic theme. It is Sports Week. Sports films are just tailor-made for films, you know, they're live theatre in their own domain, you know, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's football, whether it's boxing, whether it's any sport at all, it is live theatre. And to put that on film, just it's perfect match, you know, cinematic, you know, the images with the physical prowess of teams or individuals. So this is going to be a good week, you know. We've had Big Al, who did Rocky 4 I believe, and Rocky, who doesn't like Rocky, you know, he's one of the most loved cinematic characters in movie history, you know. He's a loser and he fights against the odds and he wins, you know, and it doesn't matter if the Rocky films, if they're cheesy or whatever, you still root for them and they're still fantastic entertainment. Then we had EJ doing Rudy, which I believe may have been a true story. I'm not quite up to speed on that, but another guy, you know, a young guy who fights against the odds to be an American football star. And it just makes fantastic view, you know. And I was going to pick Rocky, but just as an overall thing to talk about, but I thought, well, let's do something different, you know. And one of the films that I was wanting to do a review on for a long time is GIRLFIGHT, starring Michelle Rodriguez. And Michelle Rodriguez, she's an intriguing actor. You know, she's tough, she's hot, she's a hot chiquita, as they say. And I like her film, you know. She's always entertaining in the film she's picked, but she plays that standard sort of role, you know. You've seen her in like Resident Evil, you've seen her in Avatar, just basically playing the same roles. But this was her breakout film. This was the film that began her sort of acting career. It was made in 2000, GIRLFIGHT, and it's about, she plays a young 18-year-old student who's, you know, she's angry at everything, you know. Her home life isn't sort of all it could be, you know. Her dad's a single parent, her mother committed suicide. She's got a younger brother who's initially we see him, he's a boxer, you know. He's trained to be a boxer and an amateur, you know, no professional, but he's a geeky, you know. He likes the arty side of life. And she sort of goes into to take a message one day into the boxing club, and then she gets sort of that bug that she's wanting to box and stuff. In school, you know, she's the drifter, she's the girl who, she's more a tomboy, she doesn't fit in with the local sort of in crowd or whatever, and she's just got all these anger issues, so she puts all her anger into learning how to be a boxer and stuff. She falls in love with one of the boxers, you know, and you know, everything's hunky-dory. It goes by the wayside, you know, and then it turns out, you know, it's like, you know, it's full of the usual cliches, but this being an indie movie makes it a cut above the rest, you know. The Hollywood standard films, really, I find pretty hard to watch now. So I'm always on the lookout for these sort of indie films. You know, this is where the talent, where the invention is, and where the raw talent, acting wise, is going to appear before they become sort of Hollywood clones or whatever. And Michelle Rodriguez, I don't think she's bettered this role. It's basically she just played variations of this role as her career's gone. So it's going to be interesting to see how she develops, you know. I've read some reviews and stuff of her, and she says that she's wanting to go into writing and stuff, so I'm still waiting for that role that's as good as the one that she initially brought in this film. A wee bit about the director, who is, the director's name is Karen Kusama, and she was 27 when she wrote this, and she directed it. And one of the things that she says was that her films, I believe she's only made about 4 films, is female empowerment through physicality. And this is what you get in this film, you know. It's a boxing film, and a lot of it is it's because it's a female that's boxing, it gives it that sort of different sort of vibe about it. Michelle Rodriguez, very, very good in this role. I believe she won a couple of awards and stuff, and she really stands out as that sort of loner, you know, fighting against the odds sort of type. And word of mention to the guy, you know, she's got this trainer guy who's like your Mickey from the Rocky films, played by James Tyrelli. He's one of these sort of work he's one of these actors, you know, that you'll see him in loads of films. You might not know his name, but he's a solid actor, and these are the guys that leads these sort of films. They're like the engine room, the midfield sort of engine room, if you want a football cliche, of these sort of films. You know, they're the ones that make the young ones look good and stuff, and they're the ones that the reliable ones that you know that you're going to have a good performance from. And he's fantastic in this show. You know, he plays a trainer, but he gives him a lot of different dimensions that that you just see in the film. You know, you maybe they didn't explain it in the film, but you know this guy's lived and he's had a life, and he just, you know, a fully blown character. So GIRLFIGHT, yeah, I would really recommend it. It is one of Michelle Rodriguez's best films. It was her first one, like I said, and I believe it's still her best. I hope she's got a couple of really top-notch films in her belt still, and I will look forward to seeing them. But yeah, I just watched this, so highly recommend this film if you like your sports films. Really, really good. So look out for the rest of the guys' reviews during the week. It's going to be a great week, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe and leave some comments.